Okay, let's talk Indonesia. Two moments in time, same country, very different situations. 1998, the crash. Indonesia was growing fast, like 8% a year fat. Everything looked great on the surface. But underneath, companies were borrowing billions of dollars from foreign banks. And here's the problem. They borrowed in US dollars but earned in rupiah. When the rupiah collapsed, their debt basically doubled overnight. They couldn't pay it back. Banks failed. People panicked. The economy shrank by 13% in 1 year. Inflation hit 78%. Prices of basic food went insane. Suharto, who'd been in power for 32 years, was forced to resign. It was a full collapse. Now, 2026, are we in trouble again? Short answer, no, not like 1998. But there are real warning signs. The good news first. Indonesia's banks are in great shape. Back in 1998, for every 100 rupiah the banks lent out, 58 rupiah were bad loans, people who couldn't pay back. Today, that number is just 2 rupiah. Banks are well-funded, well-supervised, and sitting on big capital buffers. The government also has $154 billion in foreign reserves, compared to just $18 billion in 1998. That's a huge safety net. Inflation. Controlled. Around 2.6%, not 78%. The economy is still growing at 5%. 60% of the population now lives in cities. A real middle class exists. 52 million people. Extreme poverty dropped from roughly 25% in 1998 to just 1.5% today. That's genuinely remarkable progress. So what's the actual risk in 2026? It's not a bank collapse, it's a slow squeeze. The government is spending more than it earns to fill the gap it borrows. But the interest on that borrowing is now eating up 22% of all tax revenue. For every 100 rupiah the government collects in taxes, 22 rupiah just goes to paying interest before building a single road or school. The IMF says anything above 10% is a red flag. Indonesia is at 22%. On top of that, taxes in Indonesia are really low, only about 10% of GDP. The government is chronically underfunded relative to its ambitions. Then there's the political side. The new president, Prabowo, is a former general and Suharto's ex-son-in-law. Markets got spooked when he removed Sri Mulyani, the finance minister who was seen as the responsible adult in the room. That one decision triggered capital outflows and a drop in the rupiah. Not because of an economic collapse, but because of perception. Investors got nervous about whether fiscal discipline would hold. The 1998 versus 2026 comparison. Plain and simple. In 1998, the crisis was real and sudden. Bad private debt, no banking supervision, panic, collapse. In 2026, the risk is slow and subtle. Rising debt costs, weak tax collection, political signals that worry investors, and a middle class that's still fragile. Indonesia is not a house of cards anymore. It's a real economy with real institutions. But it's also carrying more weight. And some of the people holding it up are starting to look less reliable than before. The bottom line, Indonesia survived 1998 and built something genuinely better. The question for 2026 is whether the people in charge have the discipline to protect what was built, or whether short-term politics will slowly chip away at the foundations that saved them the last time.